focus on this, exploring life's challenges.
A lot of our clients at Focus experience those things, and there are a few things that you can do about it. But the first thing I want to know is, tell me more. If you were coming into our office, we would want to ask you about where those symptoms are coming from, how often you feel those things, and when you might have first started experiencing them. Another thing it's important to consider when you're having these symptoms is, why are these showing up for me right now? Are these things related to my experience in the present moment? If so, these symptoms might be pretty reasonable. It can be important to notice in what ways our experiences internally are related to the environment we're in and present. But if we're finding that we're sitting on the couch, we have no work to do and we're relaxing, or we're hoping to relax and we're still feeling this way, then we may be looking at a different set of concerns. Or if we're finding that we're trying to go to sleep and we're feeling very restless and on edge, again, we might be looking at something different than if our immediate surroundings are related. Whenever I work with clients who are experiencing things like this, I often want to ask them, why do you think you're experiencing that? Do you think this is important or helpful to you at times? A lot of times people will find that experiencing symptoms like that are sometimes helpful and are sometimes not so helpful. If typically we're experiencing these symptoms in contexts where we find it helpful to us in the long run, we probably don't have anything to be concerned about, but we still may want some help in reducing those symptoms. However, if we're finding that the majority of the time we're experiencing these symptoms, it's in contexts where it's unhelpful, then we may want to talk about, what does coming in and working on these things in the office look like? Is this something you'd be open to? Depending on the context in which you experience these concerns, we might be looking at anxiety, hyperarousal, hypervigilance, trauma, job-related stress, or they could be incidental experiences of stress or activation in the moment. The good news is that no matter where this is coming from, there are things we can do about it. One great option that I often recommend to clients is progressive muscle relaxation. If this is something you've heard about before, you might remember it as the thing you do where you clench your muscles for a few seconds and then you release it. Essentially, the idea here is that we hold a lot of tension in our bodies even when we don't realize it, and that sometimes it's not until we intentionally tense that part of our body and then release it and notice how it feels to have it feel relaxed that we realize, that's not how that felt before. There probably was a lot of tension there. If you're interested in this, please feel free to check out our video on progressive muscle relaxation and click the link above. Another thing you might want to try are some grounding techniques. These are things that can help you reorient to the present moment and help you feel more comfortable and safe where you are right now. Sometimes we practice grounding by focusing on things that are internal, like our breathing or our bodies or sensations we're experiencing as we're sitting. Other times we practice grounding based on things that are external, so things we can hear around us, textures, or other things in our environment that bring us outside of our bodies. Give both a try and see what works best for you. Although these are often things that clients in our office come in to talk about, it can be interesting to consider whether or not they are actually a problem. The first question I want to ask is this a problem for you? In what ways is this showing up in your life? Although it can be uncomfortable at times to experience these things, they often show up for a reason. Something I wonder is, do we need to do anything about these at all? Because what you're describing can sometimes just be part of the human experience. It can be very normal. We want to start by showing up and saying, what would it be like to accept this? Is it okay for this to be here right now? If it is, then maybe we don't need to do anything about it at all. On the other hand, if these things are showing up in a way that feels distressing, or if it becomes overwhelming or makes it difficult for you to go on with your daily tasks of life, then we might want to talk about things we could do about it.
In moments of overwhelm, consider reaching out to Focus Psychological Services or another mental health provider, or to your peer support or chaplaincy program through your department. Though sometimes, simply talking with a trusted friend can be enough. Hi, Mark Foreman here. Thanks for checking out Focus Psychological Services YouTube channel. To get more videos like this, click on the right here, press subscribe and ring the bell, and be sure to check out the website. The link is down below.